What's going on, guys? So we're here in the garage today, and what we're going to do today is go over and do a high school athlete pull workout. So I said this before in my videos, and I'm going to continue to say it forever. What makes this a high school athlete workout is a few different things, right? Really what this is just a very simple, minimal equipment and high volume workout. So I write my workouts specifically for high school athletes because, or high school age kids, or early college years, or maybe even in like 8th grade or something like that, teenage years. I write my workouts for them. So I try and gear things towards what they have access to, the experience that they have, and what I personally think they need. Again, you could be 28 and this is still going to be a great workout for you. But what I try and keep in mind is the fact that not every high school kid has access to a decent gym. I've been in many high school gyms before and they are kind of crappy. But for the most part, they're all going to have bands and benches and dumbbells and some barbells. So I really try and write most of my workouts for that. Very minimal equipment. I try and keep them very simple. Even if you're a junior in high school or a senior in high school, you've been working out for 3 or 4 years, you're still pretty new to working out in general, in the long run, okay? It might not feel that way, but you still need just the very basic stuff. So I write a lot of stuff for that, and even if you are brand new to working out, I want you to be able to easily replicate these workouts. And then lastly, it's high volume. So we've got a decent amount of reps, decent amount of sets on each one of our exercises, and that's something that I personally believe is a little bit more beneficial for the younger generation. They are young and can recover quicker, and they usually, not always, usually don't have the experience to really maximize heavy weights on specific exercises. Deadlifts and squats and stuff like that, yeah, but the accessory stuff that most back workouts are gonna contain, like rows and lat pull downs and stuff like that, you usually just need a bunch of reps in there. Again, you recover quicker, and it's what I did when I was in high school and my early college years, and it worked really well for me. So again, what makes this high school athlete is simplicity, minimal equipment, and high volume. Now, real quick before we get started, gyms are still closed right now, depending on when you're watching this. Because of coronavirus, I have no idea when they're gonna open up. So this might be one that you're gonna have to save for another day. Or, again, we're really only gonna be using today dumbbells, a bench, and a band. So if you've got that around the house, then you could totally get this workout in. There's gonna be some makeshift stuff, as you guys can see from my setup for my first exercise. We're gonna have to try and make some things happen. You can make some adjustments if you need to. If you guys do have access to a pull-up bar or some sort of lat pull-down machine, then I definitely want you to add that in for today. I don't, and that's the only reason that stuff isn't in there today. All right, let's go ahead and get started. First one, like I said, little makeshift here. I actually just discovered the fact that I can do this. I've got my split squat stand with my bench up on it. We're gonna be doing bench supported rows. This is actually like my favorite back exercise just in general for me and for other people. It's extremely simple. You can just lay down. I can get a nice squeeze in there. I don't have to worry about keeping my back flat. Again, I work with a lot of 13, 14, 15-year-olds. It's not easy for all of them to keep their back flat, so I really do like this one. We're doing 5 sets of 20 reps. Big pump. I just like cranking these out, all right? Let's get it started. I have not been able to do those in a while. That felt good. Got 40 pounds there. Sticking with that. Again, 5 sets. I got 4 more. I really, really like this exercise. If you have the ability to do it in some sort of way, I highly recommend it. Your back stays flat. There's no pressure on your lower back from being bent over, and you can't really get any momentum. It's an awesome exercise. So if you don't have something like this, find something you can put a bench on. Just stairs or something like that might work, right? 5 sets, 20 reps. Okay, so next up, we got just your standard traditional single arm dumbbell row on a bench. I'm gonna show you 3 different ways that you can do this. Really, it's just all about comfort, whatever you guys like to do, which way that you want to do it. So personally, I like getting my foot out a little wider. So I'm gonna get myself set up here. Then what I'm gonna do is get my foot out wide, and then I'm gonna row that way. Again, the standard way you usually see people do it is like this. All right, that's gonna be totally fine as well. Another way that you can do it if you want, and this works well if you don't have a bench, you can just put your hand up against anything, You can get yourself set up right here. And you get like a 3-point stance there. Again, doesn't matter, whichever way is more comfortable for you, and depending on the equipment that you have. 4 sets, 10 reps on each arm. Let's do it. So you guys might notice that I'm pulling a little low or a little back. What tends to happen a lot of times when people are rowing is they squeeze a little bit too hard. What they do is pull their shoulder. What that usually does is roll your shoulder forward. We're looking to engage the lats here. That happens a little bit more by pulling lower. So what I usually tell people is relax your grip. You don't need to squeeze as hard as you can. This isn't a forearm and bicep thing. You don't need to squeeze as hard as you can. Relax your grip and pull with the elbow. That'll usually force you to row a little bit more back this way as opposed to up here. We don't want this. We want that. That's turning my lat on. All right? Yeah, 4 sets, 10 reps each side there. All right, guys, so those are done. Next up, I'm doing 4 sets of 15 banded rows. Got my band tied up to a car right now. Again, we got to do what we got to do in these times. If you are saving this for another day and you can use a gym when you're doing this workout, I recommend just using cables. All right, be totally fine. I've got the band tied up pretty low. What I'm going to do here is kind of like a half banded row, half face pull. So not complete face pull, but not complete row either. Somewhere in the middle, it kind of hit my upper back just a little bit more. I've got these handles here, these Angles 90s. If you guys never heard of these, I would highly recommend checking them out. They're great. You can tie them up to anything and get just a much smoother and deeper pull and any sort of pulling motion. So again, 4 sets, 15, kind of pulling to around my chin. Not necessarily face pull, but close to it, all right? Four sets, 15 there. I'm really looking for that squeeze up top, all right? All right, last thing we're doing is gonna be a superset. We're going 15 reverse flies, followed by 20 shrugs, okay? Reverse flies, I'm using 10s. People go way too heavy on reverse flies and the form gets way off, all right? I'm just looking for a solid squeeze in my upper back. I'm using 10 pounds for that. I don't need to grab 25s. I'm not winning any gold medals for how heavy I reverse fly. Just looking for a solid controlled squeeze in my upper back. That's it, all right? 15, I'm then going right into my 20 shrugs, all right? Here we go. $15. And 20 shrugs. Again, right into one another. Nice squeeze on those shrugs. Again, I'm going heavy, but I don't need 100 pounds to do this thing, all right? Nice squeeze at the top, 4 sets of that. So I know I said last thing was gonna be the last thing we're doing. I actually kind of just discovered this, so I want to add it in. I also want to get a little lower back in. I do like to do that with my pull days, and I just discovered a little creation that might get a little sketchy, but it works out. So I got my bench. I've got plenty of weight to make sure that this bench doesn't tip. So what I'm going to do is a hip extension off the edge of my bench. All right, so what I'm going to do is lock my feet under like so, okay? Feet locking under, hips right off the edge of the bench, and then coming down and up. Just like that. Like I said, it's gonna be a little sketchy. My hamstrings are on fire from trying to keep me up there. So if you don't have this set up or don't trust yourself, just hop down on the ground, give me Supermans. I'm just gonna work up to 50 any way that I need to, all right? One big set or a couple small sets, and that's it. Guys, thank you so much for sticking around. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed to my channel so you can stay up to date when I'm releasing new content. If you enjoyed this video or this type of video, please comment below. Let me know what you're looking for next. You want to do a push day, or you're looking to refine your technique on a certain movement. Comment down below. Let me know what you guys are looking for. I want to give you what you want, all right? And as always, please go ahead and give me a follow on my other social media accounts where I'm pumping out daily content for you guys. I will see you next time.